Greetings, beautiful family. Greetings, beautiful souls, beautiful humans from this under the infinite sky and my beautiful tree. And today, many shades of blue and white, and yeah, we woke up to a thunderstorm this morning and lightning and massive downpour, and it's an interesting day of veils moving and shifting and lifting and clearing, as within so without, and as without so within, the outer reflecting the inner and vice versa. Yeah, let's have a drink together of this return to origin water. And let's drop in. All my transmissions are to drop in deep. I speak what flows through from source. It's not prepared, but I am always in it, and I'm always in flow, and I'm always prepared, because this is an ongoing 24/7, but there isn't even a 24/7, there's just the now, as I'm embodying my soul and going deeper, 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 from superficial into deep. I didn't think when I say that, I didn't feel I was superficial, and I am noticing where I have been superficial, where I have been holding myself back, where I have been staying on the surface. This is true, years and years and years. My posts here on Facebook, they were all sharing about life, and in some ways beautiful and deep, and when I read them, I know the depths I've always been in, and I stayed quite superficial on the outer. So I'm going deeper now. I'm able to go deeper now, because I have broken through and unleashing all the patterns. I have been unleashing the patterns all around that, of being quiet to keep myself safe, to hide in a certain way, to stay superficial. That's learned conditioning. Now I grew up with, I'm not going to go into that, but in post-war Germany, basically, direct lineage in my blood that were in the war. My father was born in the war, my grandparents fought in the war, and my parents were still part of the generation that built the country up in themselves afterwards. Yeah, and there's more and more coming out, actually. And I remember my mother reading a book about being married to someone who was born in the war, the fathers, the husbands that were war traumatized. So anyway, this conditioning that is set up in us, all the conditions, I said conditionary because I just felt the missionaries coming in, so I blended those words. The conditions from the missionaries, the fundamental Christians and so on, there's so much programming, also in the education system, where we had to follow a certain rhythm for years and years and years, totally trained out of our natural rhythm. It has taken me years and years and years to come back to my natural rhythm. And then when we have children and we are driving them, and we are adjusting our rhythm with their rhythm, and when they choose to go to school or so, and we are again in that rhythm, helping us also to bring that up. But we are meant to return, and this is the time now to return to our natural rhythm, out of linear time, out of time, following our own body and soul rhythm. That's why I'm here by the ocean, and that's why I've been working so deeply with the water. Because for that we need to become like water, and we need to soften the body with the right water to become soft, I chose also right now, I was guided to sit here on the soft sand. At first I had felt to sit on the rocks, but the energy of the rocks is coming in. You know, these ancient rocks. And what we are clearing and shifting out of is deep, deep conditioning. Deep conditioning. On a soul level and on our physical level. And it's, when I stayed more superficial, I also noticed that I was talking a lot how beautiful everything is. And I really see that I have a very positive attitude in nature. And I always see the beauty in everything. And now I'm also have been able to go deeper and deeper and deeper over the last year especially. And going deeper and deeper and deeper. And actually that happens through opening my voice up. Yeah, and before I wasn't speaking on here, I was just sharing posts. But this speaking, I am you, I am another you. And as I speak, I am feeling the collective always. I'm activating myself, I'm recalibrating myself, I'm empowering myself, I am liberating myself and the field. That's why I'm coming on here. And for years and years and years, I have been doing this I was doing it mainly in writing. I was writing every night. My children saw me sitting there like a mad writer. I wrote myself out of this conditioning. And then I've been speaking myself out of the conditioning. And this is for all of us. And many, many, many of us are doing it all in our own ways. But we are doing it, and we are doing it for each other. Because we are all rising together. And we can find each other through our posts, through our speakings. And the water connects us. Water is a connector. So, when I speak about, oh, hello Marinella, you just popped up at the bottom of my screen. I can't see so well the topic because it's a very bright light. Thank you for being on here, beautiful sister. Feeling you. Thank you for sharing and being here in this space with me, bringing this through with me. As I started walking here, I was in absolute knee pain. I could barely walk my whole right leg. And this morning I was dancing. I was in a Nia class and I danced and I unraveled further the veils of deceit and the veils of when I can't find the word, that's the spell. Yeah, I've been dancing out where I was or have been spelled. And when we are spelled, we can't come fully into the body, and then we stay superficial. And this is like with poisoning. When we are under a spell, and we've seen that in many movies, we don't function normally. And we cannot see it. That's why it's a spell. This is like when we are toxified, we often don't know, because that's the power of the poison. We don't know we are poisoned. It really moves me to tears, because there's so many humans poisoned and under a spell. So I've been feeling this water helping me to see clearly, because it's going so deep. And this is the only thing I really have been changing. Of course, it's always changing and the times are changing. And anyway, going deeper into that, this spell, when we have been spelled, so our energy could be used. And I'm not saying this as a victim, because we were never a victim. I was never a victim. I was always an active participant. So clearing this up and these deep wounds that come from conditioning, that often come, or always, from the wounded relationship with the parents because of what they hadn't yet worked through. And when we are in survival, we cannot do this deep work because we are in survival. If we would be running around all day, protecting ourselves, finding food and running and finding shelter and so on, you know, and being worried about our children being killed and soldiers coming in and whatever, we couldn't be doing this deep work and come and bring and go actually into our body because it wouldn't feel safe. And when we are spelled as well, that is a subtle attack on our nervous system. Then we don't even recognize who is, because the speller also, and this is what the fairy tales told us, there comes a beautiful, I'm thinking of Snow White, where the woman comes to the door and gives the apple, and the apple is poisoned. All the fairy tales, we've always been shown and warned. Isn't that amazing? But that's the trick. And when we are in a certain way programmed, and in the collective of everybody has been spelled and poisoned, then we keep going in that. We're choosing the lovers, the friends, the tribe. Yeah, that might not be totally for us. And we have all been healing that and coming to awareness. So I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not making this bad. I'm totally seeing this beautiful waking up to that. And when we wake up, we can help the collective. And we radiate this, as I speak, into the network, into the grid. And when we share the medicine of the water, simple, clear and powerful, a little veil lifts and opens. And it's hard. This work is really physically also hard because we need to unwire it out of our whole body. And when we are shifting timelines, you know, that is almost like it's comparable a bit to flying up into space and then adjusting to the space atmosphere, or doing a long distance flight and maybe in the kettle class and with lots of delays and whatever. And yeah, this can be like that because we have to adjust. Our body has to recalibrate, and we are clearing and purging and resetting. So that's why we need super deep support for our body, or we are staying disembodied. And when we stay disembodied, we are staying in the head. And maybe that's why our heads were chopped off in other lifetimes. We're meant to go right in, deep, deep, deep in. Yeah, and we need to use everything, our thinking as well, our intellect, the head brain, the heart brain, and the gut brain linked. And we need deep support for our body, including the somatic work, not just staying mentally. And the spell we can break when we actually drop so deep and stay present and are in our body. When we are in our body, we can feel who has been spelling us and who not. We can feel it. And partly then we've been spelling ourselves because we haven't been in our body. So when we are in our body and in our direct link with Source, we are our own savior. We are our own rescue. Our direct link with Source is our protection. And this is where we are finding ourselves, in our heart and in our energy. So for that we need to come in. But so far there's been fear to come in because we also have memories of physical abuse in our body, or not feeling safe to be a woman and all of that. And we are safe in our direct link with Source. In this lifetime we are ending this. And we are meant also to shift out of the survival so that we can do this deep work. So, breath in, breathing in. Thank you, Kikonko. Hello, beautiful friend. I hope I said your name right, but that's okay. We all do our best. So drinking in, breathing in, breathing in. So presence, not performance, presence, deep presence. And in the last year, I had to go deeply into the survival again as well. And yeah, that's what can come up also with the gift of this water. And when we step into buying this machine for ourselves, investing into that, and what that brings up, that's part of the process. It's not just a $10. Oh yeah, I just give $10 and I don't care. I invested into it with a really high too. I'm going all the way in. And that allowed me to empty all the old out and go right into the scarcity patterns and the not having enough. Yeah, and the not, yeah, the actually having the courage to ask for support and all of that that's entailed with it. And the showing up every day, every day, every day. And not rushing, but trusting this process. Yeah, because my soul, our soul is abundant. Our energy is not contractional. This is what we are ending. Prostituting ourselves. Selling our energy, selling our bodies. It's done. It ends with us. And we have to go through that. And the foundation, that's why I felt so drawn to affiliate with this company as well, with this community, without even knowing that, but I know that now, that the founder had gone through death and rebirth and scarcity and poverty and war and losing his siblings like me, and he has created this to help us, help ourselves and help others, and to be in full flow like this ocean, to have the opportunity to be like our souls, fully abundant, and help the planet and help other people, giving the fishing rod basically. So every day I'm discovering that deeper and deeper, and there is a beautiful big water bird, the Australasian, oh, what was his name again? But the bird whose little bird I removed the hook from, so no wonder he appears here. That's his family, his tribe, might have been his mom or dad or whoever, and he comes up right now as I'm speaking about this. How powerful. This morning as I drove to Nia, there was an eagle flying right next to my car. It was so powerful. So deeply supported we are, and I'm trembling because I'm really breaking through this. It's scary and it's exciting and exhilarating. I'm going to go this weekend also into a deep retreat around the father wound and further resetting. There's nothing to fix, but really resetting my inner masculine and my inner feminine. They're both linked together, and shifting my inner union deeper out of the old conditioning and programs. And as I just registered for it just before I walked, and then the pain came on, It's already beginning to work, and I am participating, joining that field for all of us, because it comes down, because we are all on the same fractal, those of you who are. So I'm doing this as everything for all of us, not as a martyr, like it used to be, but yes, I'm resonating with that. I used to drain my energy to serve. I was drained. I used to stay in silence to be loved. I used to, yesterday, this morning still, but I'm opening up to it. I used to stay silent, yeah. And the spell is deep. And that's what we are unraveling, and that's what my recent posts have been about as well. So, yeah, I'm seeing all of us really stepping out. And those of us who are way showers, we go first. Not from ego, but that's what we are here for. This is about, yeah, when we are out of the spell and the survival, we can be really in our soul's purpose. No performance, but purpose. Yeah. And this is really getting used to what really aligns, getting used what is really right for us, not the spell. When we are used to the spell, we are looking for the spells and the spellers. So this is very challenging, very challenging. So my upbringing too, my father was often working away, and I said to my mother, I'm going to marry a man who is always away. So this very conscious, I was very aware that I needed to be alone as well, and that my freedom was so important. And I see both. My soul knew how important my freedom is, and I was also, yeah, the father wound is also the absent masculine, superficial, silent. So I'm healing, coming to wholeness, and by me going deeper in and shifting my masculine and so on, and going deeper and not staying in silence, I'm healing that and coming to wholeness. Yeah, so that's, it will be a deep, big weekend, I can feel it. And it's time, otherwise I wouldn't participate. So let's drink to that. Every time I go into retreats as well, or into sessions or into networks, I also go in to bring the water in, to bring myself in, to activate the field. Every network I join, I activate it from anywhere, because this is not about pyramids anymore. This is about mycelium networks. In the new earth, we are going vertical, horizontally, and everywhere. Yeah, so whoever comes into anywhere, yeah, we activate as well, and it's full sharing like the ocean. We give and we receive, and we activate and we participate fully. This is a new frequency, not anymore a trait. Yeah. And when a person prepares a retreat and they do the audios and the recordings and whatever, they've downloaded it. They have been preparing the field. That's their powerful soul energy. Then of course we are giving a monetary exchange. Yeah. And that comes with our energy, fueling that on. And then we are also activating the sharer who is bringing this amazing gift of the sessions, the retreats, or the dances and whatever. And this is for us to see as well, when we are asking for our contribution, when we offer something, yeah, to be really aware our worth is so much. And the people that come in, yeah, they also activate us and they bring their energy in and we all unite. So when I share money, I share it with love and gratitude. I let it flow, and the money is an activation as well. And when I receive it, I feel that as well, and I love. And this is what's the new frequency. We will all just sharing it like that. I love receiving money when it's freely given as an activation as well, with that full consciousness. Yeah. So it's a sharing, money as an activation. Just like our energy, our love, that we are, our water, the waters. Yeah. So, let's anchor that in, feeling the beautiful activation. I'm going to go into the ocean now after this. And yeah, moving into this weekend. Sending you so much love and blessings, and yeah, from this portal here, from these many different shades of blue, for us blue rays who are not transmuting anymore for everybody and killing ourselves by doing that, but for resetting this transmission today, to reset our energy, the free sovereign being we are, so that we can also really fully live here in our health and vitality and rise, so that we can expand in our service and come fully online with full strength, without being drained by certain spells we are under. Yeah. So truth, I'm speaking to truth today, and to our power, to our alignment, our sisterhood, our tribe, and yes, the men, the women, all of us uniting, finding each other, merging. Yeah. And yeah, rising and becoming who we have always been, unspelled, untamed, wild and free. Yeah. I watched Jurassic Park yesterday with my daughter. And that's actually a movie, as I speak about it now, it really helps. Wow, it's so rattling and so powerful. It helps free something. It helps remember our origin when we go with the energy of the movie and the yeah. So I'm using everything of life to come back to my origin. Yeah, it's powerful. Yeah, we got to use everything that is happening for us. If that is the chemtrails or whatever, everything for us, not against us. So we rise and we don't get distracted by all this stuff. Staying in our lane and our alignment. Yeah. Hello, Horst. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming on and sharing your energy, bringing your masculine energy in. I'm just about to close, and you can watch the replay. It's a powerful transmission. Yeah, no wonder you are coming on right now. and with our joint European heritage as well. A lot about that in this transmission. Yeah, and there's our blood heritage, and then there's our spiritual heritage. And often, most of us didn't really fit into our bloodline, and we felt like an outsider. And because we were alchemizing. And now is the time to find, to really return back to our spiritual lineage, our spiritual tribe, our soul tribe. We are finding each other as we are aligning and as we are embodying our soul, and then our soul is speaking and we recognize each other and find each other. Yeah. The hard times are shifting. But yeah, it also seems at the moment like it's, so I spoke in this transmission about when we shift timelines and so on, it can seem, what once seemed so beautiful can seem flat and like, oh, I don't know what to eat, I don't know, but it's not depression, it's like a decompression. We are arriving, we are adjusting and recalibrating, and that is going through this, it feels uncomfortable. And just to really move through that and staying in the inner beauty of the love that we are until the outer adjusts again. And sometimes I have to sit, like I have to be and walk and be and swim all day in nature because it's so hard, so full on to shift this. Yeah. And we are feeling the collective, and each of us forever what we are doing and what we are bringing through and clearing, and so, but we are doing it. We're doing it, we are in it, we are shifting it, and we are rising. And this transmission was about going from superficiality deep, really into life, into the relationships, but first our own body. And our body now is our home, and we're not looking for a home outside of ourselves anymore, but our home, our body. Yeah. So, let's become like water, freely flowing, powerful, connected, changing. Yeah. Thank you for going deeper in with me. Thank you all for being here with me this morning. It's been harder to come on yesterday and today because there was nothing. It's like I don't know what to talk about, but I never know it. It just comes through. It's Source speaking through me and what I am just going through. So that you, those who need it, those who resonate, the birds are coming in. It's like they're popping up out of my head. So, yeah, we are letting go, integrating all of our parts, bringing everything back into ourselves, freeing our spirit, and integrating the wounded healer, becoming the whole healed healer. So feel this with me this weekend as I'm going into the portal now of the father wound, and not fixing, but resetting and working deeply with the father wound. Thank you for going in with me into this portal now this weekend. and you will all feel it, and I'll be sharing from it. And yeah, I'm just feeling all of us holding hands and lifting up and releasing the energy. We can do that together, like lifting up and whoosh, releasing the energy. And do that 3 times when we hang up as well. Just lifting the arms, breathing in and releasing. Yeah, and each of us returning to our own energy, and we are connected in the quantum field, each in our sovereignty, nobody draining each other, anchoring deeply in and being aware as we each are in our power, yeah, of coming further and further, fuller on. Yeah. Thank you so much, and I see you all and feel you all, feeling us all in the field of love, and so grateful. Yeah. Until next time, here and always everywhere. Let's finish with the water. I use this water, return to origin, as things come through. I always drink it and let the water shift, goes deeply into my cells and helps me shift the programs, the old outdated programs out, flushing it out, resetting the neuroplasticity, changing the wiring, because the neuroplasticity, all my nervous system is, all the nerves have become soft and hydrated, so I can change. They can shift and flow differently, and that's how I can heal and reset my nervous system, because these programs run in the nervous system, the father wound and so on. It's not in the head and in the thinking, it's deep in the nervous system, deep in our whole being. Yeah. So healing, resetting, returning to origin with, yeah, by aligning to the ways of water. It's healing.